Sinner beats Alcaraz to win first Wimbledon title. World number 1 Jannik Sinner won his first Wimbledon title by wearing down Carlos Alcaraz in another high-quality Grand Slam final between the dominant forces of the men's game. Italy's Sinner claimed a 4-6, 6-4, 6-4, 6-4 victory at the All England Club, avenging his brutal French Open defeat by Spanish world number 2 Alcaraz just 35 days ago. Then, Sinner led by 2 sets and held 3 championship points before Alcaraz roared back to win a 5-set classic lasting more than 5 hours. Now, the 23-year-old has responded by taking 2-time defending champion Alcaraz's crown on the center court grass, following another gripping contest which again showcased the pair's shotmaking, athleticism and star power. "It is so special," Sinner said. "I'm living my dream." Sinner, who served a 3-month doping ban earlier this year, has claimed the 4th Grand Slam title of his career and a first major victory not on a hard court. A composed and clinical performance from the top seed ended Alcaraz's 24-match winning streak. The manner in which he served out victory from going a break-up at 3-1 in the 4th set, given his experience in Paris last month, was admirable. There was a moment of knowing consternation among Sinner's supporters when he missed a first match point, but he reset to take his second opportunity before dropping to his haunches at the net. Sinner's win stopped 22-year-old Alcaraz from becoming only the 5th man in the Open era to win 3 consecutive Wimbledon titles. "It is always difficult to lose, but first of all I have to congratulate Jannik again," Alcaraz said. "It is a really well-deserved trophy. He has been playing great tennis and will continue to be a great rival. You have to accept the losses." Resilient Sinner bounces back. What makes Sinner so special above all else is his mentality. The man from the mountains in northern Italy regularly remains ice-cold in the most decisive matches, which is why his fumble against Alcaraz in Paris felt so surprising. Little appears to faze the mild-mannered Italian on or off court. He was able to stay sanguine during the doping controversy which rocked the sport, and the manner in which he has moved on quickly from the brutal nature of his Roland Garros defeat has been impressive. "I had a very tough loss in Paris, but at the end of the day it doesn't matter how you win or lose, you just have to understand what you did wrong," Sinner said during his on-court speech. "We accepted the loss, kept working, and that's why I'm holding this trophy." Sinner had shown more resilience over the Wimbledon fortnight by fighting through an elbow injury which needed an MRI scan. However, he also had a huge slice of fortune. Trailing by 2-0 in his 4th-round match against Grigor Dimitrov, Sinner advanced when his luckless opponent retired with a pectoral injury. How another gripping Sinker's final panned out. Sinner and Alcaraz have created a duopoly in the men's game over the past 2 seasons, forging a gripping rivalry that is starting to fill the void left by the sport's retired or aging superstars. This was another demonstration of how the duel, which the ATP Tour has long pinned its hopes on replacing the Roger Federer-Rafael Nadal-Novak Djokovic gap, could be a blockbuster for years to come. Few would have confidently predicted which way their first meeting in the Wimbledon final would go. Alcaraz, having won 35 of his 38 grass court matches, had the greater pedigree on the surface, but Sinner had won their sole previous encounter at Wimbledon in 2022. When he lost serve and trailed 4-2 in the opener, it felt Alcaraz would again have to fight back from behind. But he pounced when Sinner got sloppy in the 8th game to level, and the subtle change of momentum led to Alcaraz claiming the lead with a stretching backhand which he somehow turned into an astonishing winner. One of the factors that makes this rivalry intriguing is their opposite styles. Alcaraz has a higher ceiling of artistic shot-making, but his level can dip lower than the steadier Sinner. That happened in the 2nd set as Alcaraz's serve and concentration went walkabout. Sinner broke in the first game and, having survived pressure at 2-1 when his service motion was also disrupted by a champagne cork shooting onto the baseline, it was a decisive one. With the scoreline locked at 1 set each, it felt like another classic in the making. There continued to be little difference between the pair in the 3rd set until Sinner swarmed over Alcaraz's 2nd serve in the 9th game to break and serve out for the lead. Sinner's relentlessly clean ball striking from the back of the court, plus his fleetness of foot when his opponent tried to lure him forward, began to frustrate Alcaraz